Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. Here to help you break through those fears, live the awesome life. I have some very exciting videos coming up for you. Get ready. The transition of the Earth to the fourth dimension has already taken place. 2017 was a very big year. Why? Because that's when there are a lot of shifts happening. And if you will notice, there may have been some very strong physical differences, challenges, changing out of friends, healing, forgiveness, separation of friends, not on a negative way, but just not, connecting frequencies anymore. Finding different things that are important in your life other than just surviving and trying to get the money and the job and whatever, and seeing something deeper in that and knowing that you can have all of that abundance and feel very good about what you're doing on this planet. And that has to come first. That's number one. If you're feeling like, ooh, I don't want that to be number one, I want the money and the stuff to be number one, and then I'll go into the spiritual thing, then you're not getting it. You will continue to chase the money, the abundance, the joy, the relationships, the love. You're going to continue to chase it because you're not putting the giving, the personal inner experience, the love, the light that you have is not coming out that connects to all those things. So you're in a dense space, trying to get this to make you happy, not getting it. That is a mindset shift that has to take place. So I'm going to do that video now. Let's check in to make sure the mic was on. Hope you can hear me. All right, going to take a swig of coffee and we're going to go into this because you have so much power right now. It is mind-blowing, and I'm going to talk about that right now. All right, so what's happening right now? I'm going to do a whole series of videos on the dimensional shift. It's already taken place. I know that it's taken place. I've felt that it's taken place. I'm experiencing things that are really different to any other thing I've experienced before. I'm getting a lot of messages for you. I am going to share an announcement with you about 2018 and what to expect. And it's very exciting. But you have to understand that if you want to participate in it, it is all free will. It is all up to you. There are no circumstances out there, no people, no evil Dracos or whatever that can stop you from connecting to the one. Why? It's just all an experience. That's all it is. Every person experiencing their own thing is the one experiencing it, and you are that one. This is the vehicle to experience everything. It's not about what we're doing here with the things. It's about what we're doing with that light that we brought down into this vehicle. And that is number one. And that shift will create a planet of abundance, prosperity, love that you can't even imagine. Just way beyond our human comprehension. This has to be worked on first. If you are not feeling that now, then you have not shifted. And that, it's never too late. It is never too late. If you're still stressing out going, so somebody wrote, you know me, I'm going to go into it. So don't be posting this stuff if you don't want the feedback. I don't like do the, oh honey, you're feeling this. I say, listen, you done suffering? You're not going to sit and blame somebody else and have me, pat you on the back. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're done with suffering, you've got to release it. That means stop blaming other people. Stop looking to the outside world. And that is part of the same thing. People that are stuck in that lower frequency are going to blame other people, Continually hang on to the past, not seeing it as opportunity, not seeing this as part of our growth. That light bulb hopefully has gone off with you and it's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. All these things that we're viewing as, this shouldn't happen to me, poor me, I've done this, I've done that, and everybody else has stopped me from getting my dreams. No one stops you from anything. You know why they're acting that way? Because you're creating that situation. You're creating that lower frequency. You're connected with that lower frequency that creates those scenarios to come into your life because you're questioning yourself. So those people are going to show up and play that role to say, yes, you're not worthy, you're not this, you're not that. We're so done with it, people. We're so done. And when you make that mind shift, and it is a mind shift because we do have to rewire all the conditioning, and you say, oh my gosh, here's my dream, I'm going for it. And somebody says anything along the way, you're like, yeah, bye. And you speed up so you can't hear them. It's okay. It's okay that they're where they are. But nobody stops you from going after your dreams. And if you are still stuck on the stuff, the people, the blame, the poor me, the victim, you're not embracing this beautiful opportunity that is painful, but you don't have to suffer. And then when you realize that this is such a gift, this is your big transition moment. Woo, I could break through. This isn't going to be amazing. I still have these feelings that show up and I still have a little resentment, but I understand that that person is playing a role in my life that allows me to be great. And I can do it in this lifetime and I don't have to come back and suffer again. If I decide to come back, it'll be because I'm on a peaceful earth that's so beautiful and we're doing it. I want you to know we're doing it. I'm feeling it. I know it. You know, I got an email over today from, I have a lot of science emails that I'm on, subscribed to, because I like to see what's going on in technology because it can be used for so many good things. Anything can be used for good or negative, right? So I want you to start tuning into this stuff, and that's going to be my next video. But an email comes over and it says, things you need to worry about in 2018. More things you need to worry about. Be afraid. You know what I did? Click. I'll bet you most of you guys will open that email and read it and say, oh, this isn't true. But why would you even read it in the first place? I want you to put the blinders on, people. Yeah, so these people, these negative people in your life that stop you from your dreams, this negative boss, the negative parents, the negative... You can click and not read it, not listen to it, not open it, and know that they're there as part of your challenge to say no. I am doing this. I'm sorry you don't agree. These are my dreams in my life. Bless you and do it from your heart. Bless them. You know why? They're in a dense space. And if you're believing it, so are you. They are in a place where they cannot see that light. And the more that you play along with that role, the more that you both stay in that place, that lower frequency. And everybody else is going off to this beautiful earth, and they're living it, and you're not experiencing it. And we're all still here on the same planet, but mine is changing. It's beautiful. And people are awakening. And they're saying, you know what? This whole traditional way of life, it's not working. I told you, I talk about my internet marketing all the time. Why? I learned to use tools, to use these beautiful tools that we have that can literally change lives, that can give people businesses in remote villages instead of dealing with the local culture that tells them they can't do that. Because they have a computer and they can reach global audiences. You have a message, you've got a computer, reach global audiences. Learn how to do this stuff, people. Start opening up your mind to the new world. The world is including new ways to live and work that are awesome, positive for you. Don't be Grandma and Grandpa that says that rock and roll is going to ruin the world. Because we get stuck in what we know and we think it's right. Blow it out. Blow it out. You don't have the answers. I don't have the answers. And when you get rid of all of that, all of the way things are, or this is this, it's because you were told that somewhere. You didn't make this stuff up yourself. Do you have any religious, like you're so stuck in this is the way things, and anybody else thinks different is wrong? That's not love. That's another dictate that says that you're right, and that's the ego, and that's what separates us, and that's why we keep fighting to get out of this lower frequency. Because there are so many people who will tell you these things and you believe it and you stay there with them. And everybody else is breaking through and saying, that's not true. Oprah Winfrey had her aha moment when she sat in church and the minister said, God is an angry God. And she said, that didn't make sense. And how can there be hell? How can something so beautiful put you in hell? You're creating it. If you believe it, you go over to the other side. That thought, those beliefs don't go away. That is your energy. Just because the vehicle isn't here anymore doesn't mean that that energy doesn't stay with you. It's not like, oh, you have all the answers. You'll be exposed to a lot. You'll know things over there, but you still can't just pop up to angel status because you're still in this thinking, this density, this hanging on to things. So even when your body transitions, that energy still has to understand, get those lessons. That's why you came here. Do it here. Do it here. It's so much more powerful because we forgot who we are. And it will make so much more sense when you go to the other side. You're like, oh my gosh, I had to come from that dark place or that dense place or that ego place or that fear place. This whole channel's about fear. Everything's based on fear. It doesn't have to be anymore. Can you let it go? When you get that feeling, say, woo, that's fear. I recognize that. I don't have to be afraid of anything. Why? Because you are indestructible. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Created, you know why that's a key word? It already exists. We're not creating anything. We have access to every single situation, emotion, way of life, beyond your imagination. If you can dream it, right? Disney? Then you can create it. You can make it happen because it already exists. If it is a thought in your head, then this is part of the collective consciousness. You're getting something that can be created. When I say created, it can manifest. It can come into the reality that you're in. It doesn't have to be in everybody else's reality. We all get to choose our own reality. Like I told you before, two people can stand in a room and one will think, oh, this is the greatest place, these are wonderful people, and somebody else will think, oh, this planet's horrible and people are evil and, oh, just, right? It's coming from you. It's what you think and believe. Click off all the negativity. This is going to be the toughest thing we have to do. The toughest thing we have to do is take responsibility and stop thinking that the media, the government, boy, I'm probably going to get in trouble for that. The government, anybody out there is telling you how to live your life. Pay your taxes, be a good boy and girl, and live your life the way you want to. And you do not have to go into that 9 to 5 if you're not happy. You can create something else. And if you're tired of abusing this earth or anything else, you can choose something else. And it is just you that wields that power. You don't have to have the entire community behind you. It starts with you, and then me, and then him, and then her. And pretty soon, the collective is sharing that information. You don't even have to say anything. You're sharing that information. And people are starting to make better decisions. No more blame. Click it off. You don't want to hear that, yeah, what do I need to worry about? Nothing. Why? Because you have free will and you don't have to worry about a doggone thing. All you need to do, if you want to bring that higher frequency, and I know you do because it feels good, doesn't it? It feels good to be happy and loving. Even if You're in the exact same situation. Let's say you're broke. Wouldn't you rather be happy and broke than miserable? You want to kill yourself and broke? What's the difference here? This doesn't rely on this. This relies on this to be happy. So this is never going to work. Never. Never. Can't. It's impossible. Quantum physics. Two different frequencies, not even talking to each other, not even in the same room. Everything is intelligent. Everything is intelligent. When are you going to tap into that? It's already you. It's you. You're just making choices. That's all you're doing. And when you shut down the beliefs, when you stop listening to the negativity, when you start taking control of your own life and saying, I do not have to listen to this. I do not have to live my life that way. Bless you. I'm making a different choice today. Today. This is not for just, one or two people or a chosen few. This is for everyone. And I know you're going to hear constantly that it's a very small number of people that are going to transition. That doesn't have to be true either. Let's make it not true. We've stopped calamities already. We've stopped wars up to this point. I think we're going in the right direction. I feel it. I know it. I'm going to start sharing all kinds of stuff that's been coming to me and that I know about the new year that we're going into. And it's very good. It's very exciting. Right now, you need to focus on every thought, blame, looking at the world as a negative, frustrating place. That is a choice that you are making to focus on, and you're creating it. You're bringing it into your reality, right? Everything's created, cannot be created nor destroyed. I keep using that word, but I mean manifesting it. Change that focus. It's conditioning. It's going to take work. Alcoholics don't usually quit overnight. People usually don't quit smoking overnight. It's rare to do that. Same thing with awakening. You got to wean yourself off it. Keep catching yourself. Put the cigarette down. Put the whatever down, right? Put the negative thinking down. I don't have to believe that. That's not true. Who gives a hoot if the whole government is, conspiracy theory? Who cares? Who cares? What are you doing today? No more blame. Click it off. Click that negative TV off. Tune into something beautiful and fun and happy. Click off the negative videos on YouTube. Tune into the positive ones. There are awesome ones out there and more coming out because the collective consciousness is recognizing that people don't want to hear what they should be worried about. They want to hear what they should be joyful about, what they have to look forward to that's positive, because this is a tough, freaking challenging planet. Did I turn my... Checking the mic again. What are you going to do? Anything you want. Can you split from that restrictive, self-limiting stuff? It's so time to let it go. It's time to let it go. It's not real except for in your free will to bring it in and believe it. And as soon as you don't believe it, it doesn't exist anymore. It's just an idea out in the cosmos that poof, is not concrete anymore because it has no focus. It's not a particle anymore. It goes back to a wave. You are whole. You are perfect. You are strong. Yes, you are strong. You know how I know? You're a part of one collective consciousness, power, one, the source. We're one thing. It's all powerful. It's mind-blowing. Think about it. We're going to talk about so many things. I'm so excited about this. You're harmonious, loving, and happy. You're a miracle worker. Create them. Be responsible with that. Every thought not just contributes to the collective consciousness, is what will affect everything that comes into your life. And there's no escaping that. You don't fool the universe, you are the universe. Namaste.